A story of resilience, strength, and an unimaginable escape from captivity. In a small, dark room, a 10-year-old girl named Natascha is left to her own devices, engaging in activities like math tests, playing with stones, and diving into the world of books. But her solitude is anything but ordinary as the chilling truth unfolds. As you can see in this video, this room, a chilling prison, can only be opened from the outside, sealing her fate and shrouding her in darkness. Behind the first door lies another, a formidable barrier, concrete reinforced with steel, weighing a staggering 330 pounds. Unlocking it requires hidden threaded pegs, raising questions about the sinister mind behind this eerie design. But the labyrinth of isolation doesn't end there. More doors, more stairs, a small hidden door concealed behind a heavy cupboard. Natascha's captor seemingly leaves no escape route.
I tried to scream, but no sound came out. My voice box froze. No sound. The kidnapper said, if I didn't scream and didn't stand up and did what he said, he wouldn't hurt me.
Yet, within her young heart beats an unyielding determination to break free from this nightmare. The face you see on the screen right now is that of a powerful and resilient girl who has transformed into a woman. This is no ordinary abduction tale. It is a mystery that will keep you on the edge of your seat. How did Natascha outsmart the people who condemned her to this underground hell? Will she find a way to reclaim her stolen freedom after enduring years of captivity? On the morning of March 2nd, 1998, 10-year-old Natascha Kampusch left her home in Vienna, Austria, to go to school alone following an argument with her mother. Little did she know that this decision would change her life forever, as she explains in this video.
I walked down the street and I saw a man.
She walked along the road. She noticed a man standing there, seemingly waiting for something or someone. Curious but undeterred, Natascha continued walking, considering herself old enough to handle the situation. The man, later identified as Wolfgang Pricklepil, seized the opportunity and quickly grabbed Natascha, pulling her into his white minibus. The young girl, trying to maintain her composure, began asking him questions, attempting to gather as much information about her captor as possible, a tactic she had seen on television in similar situations. However, Pricklepil was in no hurry to answer, leaving Natascha uncertain about her fate. He drove her to a town on the outskirts of Vienna, where he wrapped her in a blue blanket and took her inside his house. Once inside, he carried her to an underground bunker hidden beneath the floor panel in his garage. The bunker was a mere 50 square feet, containing only a sink, toilet, table, and wall bed. The room was soundproof, making escape and communication with the outside world nearly impossible. For 8 long years, Natascha was confined to this dark and isolated space. Pricklepil had meticulously designed this chamber, making it nearly impossible for anyone to find her, and even if they did, to open the doors without the correct threaded pegs. Natascha's life in captivity was nothing short of a nightmare. Pricklepil demanded complete obedience and submission, using physical abuse and starvation as a means of control. He would sometimes come into the bunker to read her books or provide math tests, only to cruelly mark them with a big red cross if she made any mistakes. He revealed an asserting dominance and power over her, insisting she called him Maestro or my lord, claiming to be an Egyptian god. During her captivity, Pricklepil tried to mold Natascha into his perfect servant and companion, even expressing his twisted desire to marry her someday. Despite enduring unimaginable physical and psychological torment at the hands of her captor, Wolfgang Pricklepil, Natascha's intelligence, resourcefulness, and inner strength became her most potent weapons against the oppressive conditions she faced. From the very beginning of her captivity, Natascha displayed remarkable intelligence and cunning. Realizing the importance of learning as much as she could about her captor, she engaged him in conversation, asking questions about his age, martial status, and other personal details. This information gathering served both to keep her captor talking and to gain insights into his mindset, a tactic she had seen used on television in similar situations. Natascha's ability to maintain composure and adapt to her surroundings was crucial to her survival. Trapped in a confined underground bunker with little contact with the outside world, she found ways to occupy her mind and maintain a sense of purpose.
But he made sure everything was locked, so I couldn't get out.
She immersed herself in reading and even requested math tests from her captor, displaying a tenacity to keep her mind sharp and engaged despite the dire circumstances. Perhaps one of Natascha's most significant coping strategies was her practice of talking to her future self. In her mind, she held conversations with the older and stronger version of herself, promising that she would escape and regain her freedom. This internal dialogue became a source of motivation and hope, providing her with the mental fortitude to endure the long years of captivity. As the years passed, Natascha found her from a kidnapped victim into a maid, performing household chores at the behest of her captor. While this may have appeared to be a submission to his will, it was, in fact, a calculated survival strategy. Throughout her captivity, Natascha remained keenly aware of her true identity and origin, despite the psychological trauma inflicted upon her. She held on to memories of her life before captivity, reminding herself of who she was and where she came from. This connection to her past served as a lifeline, reinforcing her determination to one day break free and return to the life she once knew. Natascha's will to survive reached its climax on that fateful day in August 2006 when she made her daring escape. On that fateful day, Natascha was assigned the task of vacuuming Pricklepill's car as he intended to sell it. While she carried out her chore, Pricklepill received a phone call, providing a brief distraction. In that crucial moment, Natascha made her move in this car. She left the vacuum cleaner running, and with every fiber of her being focused on freedom, she made a run for it. With adrenaline coursing through her veins, Natascha sprinted towards the open gates of Pricklepill's property, desperate to put as much distance as possible between herself and her captor. Jumping over fences, she ran through the unfamiliar territory, driven by the need to escape the horrors of her underground prison. Natascha's escape route led her to a neighboring house several blocks away. There, she sought help from the homeowner, who immediately recognized her and called the police. The realization that Natascha Kampusch, a missing girl presumed dead for nearly a decade, was standing before her, alive and seeking aid, stunned the entire neighborhood and sent shockwaves across the nation. The authorities responded swiftly to the call, finally confirming Natascha's freedom.
Natascha Kampusch hat ärztliche Hilfe bekommen. Sie ist ärztlich untersucht worden. Dabei wurden im ersten Augenschein keine Verletzungen festgestellt. Natascha Kampusch hat auch bekommen eine psychologische Betreuung.
The police arrived at the scene and confirmed her identity, offering her the first glimmer of hope after years of captivity. However, her freedom came at a high cost. Upon learning of her escape, Pricklepill, consumed by the fear of being captured and the loss of control over his victim, committed suicide by throwing himself in front of a train. The magnitude of this tragedy was not lost on Natascha, who found herself grappling with conflicting emotions of relief and grief. For more information on chilling cases, stay tuned for our upcoming videos.